Hello there. I'm reading this to you because some of you actually do better following along with someone reading it to you than reading it by yourself. Maybe you can focus a little better. So we're going to be talking about epidemics and germs, which is very relevant right now, right? Let's look at these two stories and analyze them. Okay, here we go. Are you prepared? Groaning, decaying, brain-ingesting zombies have taken over television shows, movies, and comics. And luckily for us, that's the only place we can find them. We don't have to worry about getting bitten by a zombie and turning into a flesh-eating monster. But would you be prepared if there really was an outbreak of an infectious disease? Epidemics are widespread outbreaks of viruses or diseases where an entire population is affected at the same time. This disease spreads quickly and easily, and it often kills many people. Although epidemics don't happen often, there have been some serious ones in the United States. In the 1600s, entire Native American tribes were wiped out by smallpox when it was brought to the Americas by Europeans. In the early 1900s, there was an outbreak of a disease that affects a person's nervous system called polio. There's also been a few epidemics of influenza or the flu that have killed over millions of Americans in the last century. These types of outbreaks can be prevented by staying up to date with vaccines. Vaccinations are shots that provide protection against certain bacteria and viruses. When new diseases are identified, scientists and doctors work as quickly as they can to create vaccinations and cures. But sometimes they're not successful. This is when epidemics can happen. If an epidemic occurs where you live, you might be told to stay home for an extended time. In that case, you would need an emergency kit with items like medication, bottled water, and non-perishable foods, tools, soap, toilet paper, and first aid supplies. You might also consider face masks, gloves, eye protection, plastic sheets, and hand sanitizer. The chances of an epidemic or zombie apocalypse happening are low, but it's also important to stay updated and informed through local news. Germs. Small and sneaky, they invade your body. You won't even know what hit you until you're curled up in bed, wishing these tiny living things weren't taking over your body. No, they're not aliens from outer space, they're germs. Actually, calling germs aliens isn't too much of a stretch. The word alien's defined as something that isn't familiar to you. Germs are not familiar to your body, which is why these living things make you sick. You might have heard someone say, "You must have caught a bug" when you're sick. But germs aren't really bugs. They're microscopic organisms that cause diseases. There are 4 types of germs: bacteria, fungus, virus, and protozoa. They can invade plants, animals, and people. Germs use your body's nutrients and energy while releasing toxins and poisons, which is what makes you have a fever, stomach ache, runny nose, rash, or other horrible symptoms of sickness. Germs are often spread through the air when people sneeze or cough. They can also be spread through bodily fluids like blood or saliva. To help prevent your germs from spreading to others, it's important you cover your nose and mouth when you cough or sneeze. Coughing or sneezing into your elbow or a tissue will help prevent germs from becoming airborne. Soap and warm water are the 2 best defenses against germs. Washing your hands regularly is the best way to protect yourself. Since we often touch contaminated surfaces, like doorknobs, it's also a good idea to try to keep your hands off of your nose and mouth. Some other ways to stay healthy are to get necessary vaccinations, eat nutritious foods, exercise regularly, and get a good night's sleep every night. This helps your body be ready to fight off those alien invader or germs. Okay, so according to Are You Prepared? What diseases have affected large populations of people in the United States, North America? What I'd like you to do, I'm not going to tell you the answer. You're going to go back to the story and look for it. Where would that be? Okay, look at the text. In paragraph 2 of Are You Prepared? what does the word prevent mean? So I'm going to go. This was called germs. Are you prepared? Prevent. Let's look for prevent. You probably see it and I don't. This is paragraph 1. This is paragraph 2. Okay, I scanned the article. This is paragraph 2. Prevented is right here. So you're going to read the sentence. These types of outbreaks can be prevented by staying up to date with vaccinations. So based on that sentence, what does that word mean? That's how you're going to answer that one. Number 3, in the second article, which statement is the best summary of germs? You might need to look at this again and look at what is the best summary out of all these answers that summarizes that. 4, what can the reader conclude or guess about preventing illnesses after reading both of the text? What do both of them agree on? Number 5, which of the following statements is not true about germs? So you might have to look back at this story and read it again to see which one these aren't. Number 6, which quote from germs shows the effect of germs? What of these quotes actually tells you what germs do to you? Effect. And the last question, how are the ideas in Are You Prepared mostly organized? Are they in chronological order where it talks about from the history from the old to the present? Do they compare and contrast zombies and diseases? They probably just had that as a joke. Do they have a problem solution and show how to prepare for outbreaks? Do they tell us the cause and effect to show how epidemics spread? So, I suggest you read this again and see which one is the best one for you. I am so proud of you guys for trying your best and checking your answers. It's really going to help you get ready for next year. Have an awesome day.